there is one silent opening mistake most players make. Your opponent attacks something, creates a threat, and you naturally defend. That feels responsible, but in many positions this is exactly how players slowly give away the initiative. After watching today's lesson, you will know how to get better opening positions by focusing on active play instead of automatic defense. If we haven't met yet, my name is Pavel, I'm an international master, coach of the month, and I've spent over 2000 hours helping adult players through one-on-one lessons. When your opponent plays attacking move, we still need to remember that our opening goal is to develop all our pieces as quickly as possible. Currently, we have 5 pieces on the back rank which should be activated. After queen b6, if we decide to defend our pawn, it was our turn, but we didn't make any progress in the position. In the meantime, black played queen b6, so brought a piece into the game, and next they are going to play bishop e7, bringing the next piece. Here is another example. White plays queen b3 and attacks the pawn on b7. We have 3 pieces on the back rank. If we play pawn to b6, we protect the pawn, but we don't make any progress in the opening. The second option might be playing rook b8 to defend the pawn, but we still don't develop any of our pieces, and this rook on b8 is not active because it's blocked by its own pawn. So why defending in the opening can be a mistake? Because passive moves cost you time. The key question is what to do instead, and I would like to share with you a few strategies that will help you get much better positions in the opening. And the first strategy is counterattack. Again, our opponent attacks our position, this time it's knight b4, and the plan is to capture c2 pawn. If you would like to defend it, you play knight e1, but we already know that we need to make progress, and this knight was very active on f3, and now also joins the back rank, which is not good for our development. So what will be alternative strategy? We think about counterattacking here, and the move that I would like to recommend here is pawn to a3. And I know that we didn't make any progress with our pieces, but actually this move also doesn't allow black to make any progress because the knight is under attack. And there are 3 options what black could do in this situation. Going back to c6, taking the pawn on c2 with the knight or with the bishop, and I would like to show you all these scenarios. So first of all, knight retreats, then we can develop the bishop. So like you can see, we played the move which didn't help us with development, but also knight had to go back to c6, so black couldn't make any improvement, and then it was our turn to develop a piece. So that's the first scenario. The second one, after a3, is black captures the pawn on c2, so it looks like we lose a pawn, but after queen d2, black has a big problem, because this knight is under attack, but this knight also defends the bishop on c2. And if knight escapes, we will simply take the bishop. And the last option for black is taking the pawn on c2, but then we can play rook a2, and the knight is trapped. It cannot escape. Also, there are not many pieces that can support this knight. So what we will do next is just concentrate on the bishop, try to remove it, and then we win the knight. Or we will play, instead of knight h4, pawn to b4 and win 2 minor pieces for the rook. It also might be a good idea. Let's go back to this position with a3. Again, knight takes on c2. Rook a2 is not the only move that white could play in this position. The alternative is counterattack again. So this time we attack the bishop, and you could say that this trade is good for black because black wins the rook for the bishop, but what happens next is this knight is trapped, so we will simply move the bishop somewhere and capture this knight, and in result we will have 2 minor pieces for 1 rook, what gives white a clear advantage. If this example was too advanced for you, no worries, I just wanted to give you an idea that defending in the position is not the only resort, and we also can think about counterattacking our opponent. Hi, just really quick, if you are an adult player and you feel stuck even though you've been playing and watching chess videos, I made a free lesson where I explain what's probably slowing your progress and what to do instead. You can watch it on my website, link below. The next strategy I wanted to share with you is active defense. Let's go back to the position where white played queen b3 and attacked the pawn on b7. What we know is that we have these three pieces that would like to be developed, and also we can see this attack on b7. And now we try to combine these informations together and find a solution which helps both to defend the pawn and also continues with development. And in this situation, black has a very good idea to play queen c7, because this move protects the pawn on b7, but also we have fewer pieces on the back rank. We connected the rooks, so the queen is developed now. We are looking for multi-purpose moves, and another option, for example, is to play knight a5. We defend the pawn, but at the same time we attack the queen. And again, this is a situation where we didn't make any progress in the position, but also our opponent cannot make a progress because their queen is under attack. So in this scenario, we just attack the queen goes back, and it's again our turn to develop our pieces. And I also wanted to show you another example. So this time, white plays bishop d3 with the attack on the knight. We know that we are in the opening, and we would like to complete our development, and we know that the knight is under attack. Unfortunately, we cannot combine it together. You could try to play bishop c6 maybe to defend the knight, but it still didn't help us, and opponent might bring next piece into the game and fight for initiative. So instead of playing bishop c6 to defend the knight, I think we have much better option. If we move these pieces back, after bishop d3, black can also play knight c5. And this is also what I call active defense, because we escape and at the same time we create a threat. So we move the same piece again, but white cannot continue their development, and they need to escape with the bishop, and then it's our turn to bring next piece into the game, and black can play, for example, rook d8, bringing the rook to the open file. And there is another strategy that we can use instead of defending our position, and this time this will be a pawn sacrifice. Black plays queen b6 and attacks the pawn on b2. We know that these are the pieces that we want to develop, we can see the threat, and we would like to combine that somehow. So I think, how can I develop my knight, for example, and not lose the pawn on b2? It's impossible. Maybe I can develop my queen and protect the pawn on b2. It's also impossible. So then, I think, what happens if I just ignore this and sacrifice my pawn? So I castle. That's the first example. Queen takes b2, and then I play knight d2. Because the rook is under attack, I also take care of my development. Black plays bishop e7, and this is the situation that I would like to evaluate. And what we can see is that black has 3 active pieces on the board, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 developed pieces, and we also gain 1 extra point for castling. So we have 5 development points, and opponent has only 3. So this is +2 lead in development. And this is a big lead in development for white, and often it compensates a pawn sacrifice. In addition, opponent's king is in the middle right now. I think white has a really good activity, and maybe it will be good to play pawn to c4 to attack the whole center, because our pieces are better prepared. Also, this queen might be in danger because it is in our territory right now. There are no other pieces around that could help this queen, so I think this is a very good scenario for white. I try to castle here, and I sacrifice the pawn in order to get big lead in development, and this is how I fight for initiative. I also wanted to show you another move in this position, knight to c3. So again, we sacrifice the pawn to get activity, and we play knight b5 and try to fork our opponent quickly. Black defends with knight a6, and we play bishop d6 to prevent our opponent from castling. Now if it happens, the king doesn't protect the bishop anymore, and we will win it for free. So castling is impossible. If black decides to take the bishop, we will check opponent's king, and king cannot castle anymore. So this time we sacrifice the pawn, in order to proceed with quick attack. What I want you to remember from this lesson is that in the opening, the goal is to develop all our pieces as quickly as possible. Defending in chess, I would treat it as a last resort, and also look for active solutions, counterattack, active defense, and we also have discussed pawn sacrifice. If you want to understand the development points method I mentioned today, check out my previous video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.